looking at single leg defence today. Okay, so one of the things that we've kind of talked about with the single leg, that if the leg goes on the outside or on the inside, Jay's got control of my leg. Okay, so we want to do the opposite. We want to get this foot on the outside. Yeah, so this is kind of our starting position. So Jay's gonna just go in, pick the single leg up. Okay, just gonna get used to getting that foot onto the outside straight away. Okay, once the foot's on the outside, I need to start breaking these grips. Okay, so there's usually a good couple of ways of doing this. My favourite though is I'm gonna bring this hand on the inside. Yeah, this hand goes to the neck. Into this figure four, it lifts, and then I stamp my foot down. Okay, and then take the leg away. So that's when I can then start looking to go into some of my other takedowns and stuff. Jay's going to be attached to my leg as well. So like it's quite high so that you can see what's going on. But if Jay were doing a single leg, it's chest, it's close, so now it's a little bit more of a battle to get that foot on the outside. It's a little bit more of a battle, yeah, to get that hand on the inside. It's even more of a battle to get that leg straight. Okay, but we're going to practice it the way that Jay was doing it first. It's going to give you some gaps. Yeah, so it gives me a couple of gaps just so I can get through the process, yeah, of doing that, and then we'll progressively make it a little bit tighter and a little harder. Okay, no one's stopping anyone, but when we go into the progression resistance, I can't say anything. Yeah, it is going to start getting tighter, so our technique's going to have to drive in a little bit more and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
One more time, we all good?
All good. But you know when we grip, when we do that figure four, do you have to grab the wrist or anywhere?
I grab the wrist.
The wrist, yeah.
Yeah, and you might see the difference. Because if you go a little bit lower, it's harder to lift. Yeah. There, you get better leverage, yeah, because of the of where the point is. Jay's going into his phase one position and he's getting that knee on the inside, okay? So the first thing that's kind of preventing a lot of stuff from happening is his head, okay? So we need to do something with the head. It's not always that easy, but what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to always have usually an overhook arm and then another arm which is protecting my legs, my hands, so he tries to grab. Yeah, when he drops, I follow to clear the grips and stuff. Okay. In this position, don't focus on striking too much unless he's just kind of sat there and he's not really moving. Then you can throw a couple of strikes just to get him thinking about something different. But this hand is always monitoring this opposite hand. Overhook arm goes in tight and lifts, okay, or drops. It's always active though. It's never just round the arm and just loose. Okay. So this is the start position. Jay gets his phase one. Yeah, defend the hand. And just get this overhook arm either lifting or dropping. Okay, the reason why I say lift or drop, if you're shorter than your opponent, then lift might not be an option. You may not be able to physically lift them to actually do anything effective. So if you're a bit shorter like with me and Jason, because he's taller than me, lift works a little bit, but usually it's the drop and try to separate. Yeah, so I'm using that shoulder to separate. Okay, so just as the first drill, Jay gets his phase one, sticks his head under the chin. Yeah, I'm going to fight and just start using that overhook arm to clear a little bit of space and clear the phase one position. Okay, stick the head in, get us out of 100% of the time. Just start that a bit more beautiful. Look up a little bit. There we go, that's the shimmies up. Okay, so this is where I'm not having a great time. And this is where this hand control can help us a little bit as well. Okay, if Jay's controlling my arm, yeah, all I've definitely got is my shoulder then to start trying to clear that space and start trying to move and things like that. So I'm always fighting to have control. Okay, so from this position here, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to grab his throat because that's illegal, but I'm going to push. So I'm going to open my hand up to here and start lifting. Okay, so really drive in, stick that head in, give me, that's the shit. Okay, so here, he hasn't got control of my hand. I'm going to lift up and pull. Okay, see how I'm not grabbing his throat. Okay, so it's not just there posting on it, but I'm using it to lift up. Okay, so I've still got that overhook arm working super hard, where it's a lift or a drop, but this hand, I'm not letting him get that wrist control. Yep, and I'm going to try and lift a little bit and push. Okay, as I do that, as soon as that knee pressure kind of goes, I'm turning and moving. Okay, So that's our next bit. Okay, so let's just have a look.